Morning. Just going to check to see where I am. It's been a little slow to go live. Oh, okay, I can see myself, so it must be coming up soon. Hello, who have I got there? All right, what I want to talk about today is the tendency we have to overcomplicate things. I work with clients all the time who have an idea for something to go to market, and they create so much difficulty around the process. And often what we want to be able to do is get whatever it is that we're trying to do for our people. So let's, for example, say we're talking about product development or creating an online program or something like that. We want to be able to move people from A to Z as quickly as possible, with giving them only the amount of information that they need without becoming overwhelmed. So many people do things that are really putting so many hurdles in front of themselves. There's a few people in one of my groups that have, I'm not going to say it actually because they may sue me, but it's a funnel type software, and it's basically, you could put a man on the moon freaking easier than trying to maneuver your way through this funnel software. And for me, it's just like, I don't want to be good at tech stuff. You know, I don't want to be good at building out a funnel. I want to be good at being a coach and mentor. I want to be good at being able to help people get out of their own way and make a lot of money and be visible online. That's what I want to be good at. And so the thing that I try to do, hey Mel, is take people from A to Z in the quickest possible way, with the least amount of information, but the best information, only the amount of information that they need. So if you're there and you're trying to figure out a way to scale your business perhaps, and you want to create something to take online, or maybe it's a book or an ebook or something like that, and you're trying to throw all the bells and whistles at it, usually that just overcomplicates things. Simple elegance is what it's all about. My Kickass Academy Online, for example, there's 12 modules in there, and each module has maybe 3 lessons or something like that, and each one of them is, you know, some are 20 minutes, but most of them are like 10 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that, and we have really comprehensive workbooks that go along with it. But the reason that people move through the program and they get so much out of it is because they do the work, because I'm not overwhelming them with information and tech stuff that they actually don't need to know at the time. Simple is best. So whether it's getting your message out there, whether it's, you know, sometimes people will say to me, well, I'm trying to say this and how do I say that? I'm like, well, just say it. They're like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Too often we feel like we have to make things bigger and better than what they already are, when really what we need to do is just, it is what it is, say what it is, and move people through quickly. So it might seem a little bit disjointed, this conversation, as I'm talking. I'm thinking, what the hell is she talking about? But yeah, as an example of, I guess it's most relevant if you're talking about, you know, launching something new. So launching a new program, whether it's particularly an online program, and I've been working with a couple of people recently one-on-one and helping them map out how to create the framework for content for an online program, because we know so much, and the tendency is that we want to be able to throw all the bells and whistles at it and do so much in a program. But what happens is we give everything, and then people are overwhelmed by the content and they end up avoiding it and not doing it. So the best thing that you can do, that's great, Debbie. The best thing that you can do is simplify things and ask, right, so for example, if my idea is to deliver this outcome, this is the outcome, what are the steps that people need to take to get from here? Yes, Melissa, you do need to hear that. What do people need to know? What are the steps to get people from A to Z? What are the things that they need to know? Chunk it into big chunks. So there might be, say, 6 steps, 6 massive steps to get them from here to here. Then you write that down. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And then you think about, I love a whiteboard. So I put the headings on a whiteboard, and then I'll grab post-it notes, and everything I know, everything that I think is relevant will be, you know, a 1 line on the post-it note, and it goes under that category. And then I'll get to that point and then I'll say, I've got like 500 bits of information under subject 1. What do I do with that? Then I start to group it together. I'm like, okay, so now I see there are themes here. And then I theme it all together and go, okay, they don't really need to know this. I can get there by doing this. And then I tweak it until I've got 3 or 4 solid lessons. And that's all it is. Anything that's not quite fitting but really needs to be in, I just stick up in the corner and say, that's bonus material. And then I work my way through. And then when I'm creating the content, I create it. And then just like when, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was Audrey Hepburn or someone, she said, whenever you get dressed and you put your jewelry on, take one piece off. It's exactly that same process. It's that simple elegance. It's going through and saying, what do I need to remove that's going to overwhelm people? And then you create your content from there, get it all done and do it simply. You don't have to use really complicated, ridiculous software to get your stuff out there. Right now I can afford to have people build my websites and do all that sort of stuff. But back in the day when I first created my Rip It Up Challenge, for example, as an online fitness program, it was a basic WordPress site and everything had a password protect. That was it. And it was hooked up to an Aweber email sequence that wasn't costing me very much either. So that program was so cheap to get to market because it was just me, my ideas. I shot my own videos, created my content, built a WordPress page, and then made it password protect. And it was the same password. I mean, everybody had the same password, but it worked, and it made money. And I think I launched that program, and I think I made $3,000 in that same day or something like that. It cost me, I think, $100 to have the website built, and then I just hustled and got it all done and sent it out to a list, and away I went. And that was simple. That was simplicity at its best. So if you're feeling like you need to overcomplicate things or spend a lot of money to get your message to market in online form, then you really don't. Start with where you're at. Yeah, sure, it's going to be great to be able to spend a lot of money on a website and make it look amazing. My Kickass Academy website, I think, cost $5,000 US or something like that. That was a big spend for me. Everything else I'd ever built, I'd done really on a shoestring, but I had the money and I decided that I was going to do it for that one because that was me going bigger and up-leveling. And I'm having another website built at the moment. And that's an easy process. I had a membership site built recently in a side project that I have. That was easy because I was able to handball the lot as well. But again, just keeping it super, super simple. That's why things feel easy these days. I've learned that the more you try to add, the more bells and whistles you try to add, the more complicated it gets, the more you delay the launch, and the more likely it is that people aren't going to continue and complete on what it is that you've created because there's too much information and they're overwhelmed. Everybody's busy. We want to make sure people get the biggest bang for their buck in a really short amount of time and they're moving forward and gaining action. So if you're in that place, if you're looking at designing a program and you're overwhelmed by the massive amount of content, try that process. So try by chunking it into steps, writing the steps on your whiteboard, getting your post-it notes, writing all the bits you want to include, grouping them together into lessons, removing the bits that don't work, add a bonus section if there's stuff that you really need. And if you have no money right now, use your WordPress site, create a password protect page, and away you go. That's about it. I think I've just done my training for my free 5-day journaling bootcamp. It's Journal Your Way Rich, Fit and Famous Online. It's amazing. I did the first training this morning. It went for 50 minutes. My trainings never go for that long. They're usually really short and sharp, but we had a lot to get through. If you're not in my challenge yet and you want to be a part of it, let me just add the page for you in the comments, and then I'll add it to the top as well. Cut. Keep it simple. Okay, so I'm adding it to the contents now. It's free, so go to that page. Thank you, Debbie. Go to that page. You'll see there's a line in there that says join the Facebook group. That's how you get to be a part of it. We've only had one training. We're training today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We take the weekend off, then we train Monday, Tuesday. There's still plenty of time to be a part of it, and it's free. I'm running it just as I do any other paid program. It was a paid program to begin with. I had some people sign up, I refunded them. I decided at this time of the year I wanted to give something, and so for me it was about giving this program because it's such a powerful program. As I say, I'm running it just as I would any other paid program, so the value is there. If you're not on it, jump on it. I'll also just post that in the comments above in case it gets lost in the feed. I'm having to look around my, there we go. So it's sitting there now. So come on over, come and be a part of it. And it's an awesome program. You're going to get a lot out of it. But as far as program development goes, keep it simple, get it out there to market, get it selling, and then over time you can refine. So for me, you know, as I said, I was releasing stuff with password protected WordPress pages, and these days I have full membership sites. And there is everything in between, but don't wait until you have, you know, everything perfect. You want to make sure it's the best quality that you can do at the time. Like I look back now, and even though I now have a lot more money to spend on my websites and stuff like that, I'm still really happy with the product that I designed because it was really top quality for what it was and that price point and all that. So don't let that stuff hold you back. Go for it. Keep it simple. Your clients will appreciate that, and you will appreciate the fact that it's a lot simpler, more a simple process than probably what you started out with. All right, that's it. I have one more training to do today, which is my Sell More Stuff Through Facebook Live program. And then I'm not going to have any words left, I don't think. Anyway, have an amazing day. If you're not in my group, come on over. Bye.